Joolse here from Joolsedesigns and JT Creations. So I'm so excited to come to you today with, I've been asked to take part in the Rach and Bella Crafts collaboration for June. So this is the 28th, so it's hashtag howbohocanyougo. So what they've done is they've asked a load of crafters to come together and work with their new boho kit. It's on their on the Etsy site, and just, you know, with our own ideas and craft and show you what you can actually do with a Bohemian kit. Now, I've never done any boho type kit before. I've never worked with it. I've always done bees and grunge and things like that. So I'm quite excited. And I've had a look at the kit. It's absolutely beautiful, really. I've never seen such a pretty kit in all my life. So I'm going to do like a file folder or file folio to go in a journal or to stand alone. And I have cut out the papers already, otherwise it's going to take ages. I've taken some old junk mail, kind of DL sized envelopes, and what I did was I put the two that were the same size together, but what I did was I created a spine. Now that spine is 1/2 centimetre, so it's 2/10 or 2/16. And that's just so that when I put this one in, now this one, it's 2 envelopes, but they are slightly different sizes. One's thinner than the other. Now I'm not going to use the envelopes as pockets. I have cut it down to just a fraction under it, well, 8 inches, and it's 4.5 inches that way, so it'll fit in a file fold in a journal. And the reason I give it a spine was because obviously I'm going to fill it with pockets and things like that. I've been cutting out some of the ephemera and doing little pockets and little sort of like round, I'm not quite sure what they call them, but you'll see them when I do them and you'll tell me what they're called. I also cut out the papers because I didn't want to be doing that while you were on, because that's boring, and I will speed up the gluing. So I decided that this was going to be my front page because I absolutely love it. It's got the dream catcher in and the bird and the roses, the peony roses, and I just love the colours. And the colours that I use just to ink around the edges are their Harmony. You don't have to use the same ones as me. You could use Seedless Preserve, which is a similar colour, but this is the Spectrum Noir, that's Fuchsia, and Ocean Blue. So I did trim it down a little bit more, so I'm just... So we'll put that to one side and we'll start with this one, and I'll get my messy mat out for gluing. And this is just a silicone mat that I got from Amazon. I think I got a pack of 2. I got a red one and a blue one. I was looking for a white one, but the white ones were a lot dearer. So I decided on the coloured ones. So there we have the pages are on. I'm not sure what I'm doing with the front page yet. I want some kind of pocket flip, but I don't want to cover the whole thing because I think that's lovely. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to stitch around the pages and I will see you in a bit. Okay, that's me back, and what I've done is I've stitched around the pages. So I did blue on the middle ones, pink around the outer ones. I put some it's washi tape. I got it from the Works, which is a cheapo art shop here in the UK. I'm not sure what the equivalent is in the US, and I put some up both sides and I stitched it in, and then I've stitched the signature straight down because I didn't want to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch or anything like that, and that way this will just slide into a pocket or just sit alone, or you can put it do an elastic and have it like a Maduri style. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave the front page and start with the inner page. Now what I did was, this is one of the sheets, I cut it down and I wanted it a pocket, so I folded it in I folded it in actually to get the right size, but it'll just make it that little bit stronger. I folded it over as well to make it that little bit stronger, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take these corners out because we don't need them. These are slightly curved scissors. And then what I did was I folded it up like that. I honestly didn't use any measurements, but I can give you the measurements if you want. It's kind of the full length of the page. I folded it up so that there was about 1.5 inches showing, and then I folded it down just under 1.5 inches like that, and that's just so that I've got a nice, it's deep but it's not too deep, and then I folded it in, and what I'll do is I'll stick that down. I'm going to use fabric tack. And that's that one, and we'll deal with the ephemera at the end. I'm just putting the pockets in for now. There. Right, so I just wanted a kind of a side tuck on there, and this is just a pretty it was wrapping paper. I got presents off my daughter wrapped in it and thought, oh, how pretty, I will keep that. Also, what I want to do is I want to add a little bit of a steampunk style to this as well, with some cogs and things like that, because I always think, well, steampunk has nothing to do with boho, but I just love steampunk, and I think that's free and And then this one I want to make a belly band, but I wasn't quite sure whether to put some of that on it, so we'll have a look. Yeah, and it would look nice, and it's like, it's an iridescent type paper, isn't it? It rips, so it is paper, it's not plastic, it's just got a plastic coating. Belly band, got the side pocket, got that pocket and that pocket, and that's coming undone. And if you wanted, you could go and reinforce these with the sewing machine as well. If you don't have a sewing machine, you can hand sew or just glue. The only reason I stitched was so I didn't have to glue the tops of the envelopes in. Okay. Now, what was it I was going to do here? Right. Was that there or was that there? I think, no, this is going to be here. So what I'm wanting is, I'm wanting a tall pocket. Now what I'm doing is I'm making this like an envelope type pocket, so I might need to pull it in a little bit more. And then we'll glue that down. So I'm just going to glue this down. Like a flap that comes over. I'm just going to double this up. I want it that way. No, I don't want it that way. And I am going to stick it on the back there, but there's also going to be a pocket at the back as well, so okay. So what I want is, I want that there. That's, I'm just going to trim the bottom of that. So I want that to stand there. Now I wasn't quite sure whether to do, so that's a pocket, and to do a pocket behind there, or to have that as a pocket and that to lift off. But I think if I was going to have it to lift off, I would have it on there. So I think I might have it to lift off, and what we'll use is we'll use some washi tape. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on with, I'm lining it up with what I've stitched, and I got that from Jumbo in Cyprus, so it's been alright. So there we are. So we have our, that's it. So we've got the belly band, got that, got that. Now what have I got for these two? So I think what these are, when I was printing the kit off, my paper jumped through and it printed these envelopes sort of like half off the page, and rather than waste them, I thought this would make quite a nice gatefold belly band, but I don't know whether to put that one over there. And I think what I might do, yeah, yep, so that's the way that's going. So I'm just again just going to reinforce that a bit. The Velcro bits out. These I get from AliExpress, and in the packet you get a fluffy bit and a rough bit. So if you, oops, I think we should leave it to and then what we have for the back here is another pocket. That was swithering whether to put just another page on this. And that looks quite nice. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, yes, I'm going to stick that on. We're going to have like a fold-in page here. On the back, we're going to have a pocket and a pocket. So what I'm going to do is I am going to stick this on with washi tape again, and I don't want it right up, I just want it a little bit off. We'll use this one. So we have a pocket here and it folds out. And that goes in there. Then, see, I did think of that for the front because I quite like that on the front, but I just don't want it that. In fact, what I might do is print another piece of this off, this page, in a thicker, and then what I'll do is I'll fussy cut that round, and we'll have a tuck spot there. Right, so again, I'm just going to take that off. That's everything in the journal, so I'm going to go away and print another piece of this sheet out in a stronger paper to fussy cut, and I'll get all the ephemera ready to put in and all the bits and pieces, because we've got some nice cogs. We've got them in nicer colours than that. Got them all, and we've got bobbins and all sorts. So I will see you in a bit. I am back. Right, so I cut, as I said, I cut that out. Now what I've done is I've edged it with gold. I don't know whether you can see, I've put some glitter in there, and I've put some like pearl dots and gold dots on there. I have started embellishing it. I've gilded around the edges of the pockets, and I've put some tags in. This one I put a little pocket, and these little box envelopes, there is a video for them. I put some, oops, put some cogs and paisley patterns on there. Matte and layered that tag so that it would fit in there, and that's a little pocket that we put in. We haven't done anything on there. I backed that with some card just to make it, and I put some tags in there, and I put some cogs on. I made this envelope, and that's what we're going to do now. So it's just made out of the papers, and this is the fold that goes over, and I just wanted it to go in there, and it's for making, you know, putting your bits and pieces in, journaling, whatever. And I just put a circle, one of the circles from the kit, and I just punched a gold circle out. Again, this one I just put some cogs on there and put one there just to keep it, and we put a tag in there. Okay, so I'm going to make another 3 of those envelopes. So what I did was, it's the full length of the sheet, and I cut it down to actually fit in. So it's 7 2/10 or 18.2 centimeters. And all I did was I just looked at where I was going, because I'm going to put one in there and I'm going to put one behind the belly band. So I just folded it because that's a nice size for that. And I'm just going to make sure that it's folded properly. And then I just looked at that, and then I'm just going to give it about 1/2 inch. And I'm using the sides of the paper just to get the fold right. And then this I fold up. That just makes that a little bit stronger. Okay. And it's a Craftwell cut and boss that I use. It's a big electric. So I'll just cut these out and I will see you when they're done. See you in a bit. Okay, I'm back. So sorry, I got carried away and forgot to switch the video on. So what I did was with that one, it ended there, and I just took my scissors and cut it up there. Then I folded this piece over like that and just followed the line. I didn't put anything under there. What I did was I put some of that packaged paper, wrapping paper under there, because I thought it was quite pretty. And then I just used a black cog, coloured it in sort of like gold wax, put it on one of the circles, and just glued it halfway down so that holds it down. So now we've got this one. And again, I can't really put anything unless I cut it out. But what I do want to do is I want to put some of this under. I don't know whether to put this or the gold. I think I'll put the gold under, actually. I think the gold would look nicer. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to put a strip of gold on. It. Now, I want it there. I'm just getting a measuring mat out. It's just that this is easy. So that's on the tin. This is when you find out your work's wonky. Okay, so that's up against there. Now I'm just going to use a piece of the tape that I was using. This is just low tack tape. And it's just tape I use when I'm wanting to keep dies. No, that's all right. So what? Because I've already checked this circle is bigger than these, because the circles that you get with the kit I can cut out with my 2-inch punch, but because I did 2 lots of circles and made them smaller, my smaller punch was just a little bit too big. So okay, see, we also have that, we can put one in there, and that's what I was thinking of doing, was putting one in there, but it would need to be a thinner one. So that is the one that's going behind. So we can put that tag in there, or you can keep it separate, whichever. I also like to have envelopes and have the flaps over the belly band as well, and I like that with the pockets. This one is going in here. And that looks really nice, just like that. I like the gold just peeking out. I didn't plan it. I knew I wanted gold on here. I'm also wanting some steampunky bits. But I think what we'll do is we will do some cogs. And that's that. That's already got some on. Should we put this on here, or should we put this on here? I think we could actually put that down as a tuck spot. I'm going to put it down anyway, but I'm not putting it as a tuck spot. I'm just going to put it all the way down. And we'll put that there. We're going to have one here. I'm going to use the black one here. And I'm going to use the black one here as well. going to have to use a bigger one, I think. Just want them nearly touching. That's the same one. So there we are. We've got cogs there. No, we haven't got any cogs there, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one of these here. There. And we'll use the I didn't do any gold bits and pieces, but never mind. And that one's the same. So I think we'll make a quick envelope in actually, let me have a look at that. That's the one that's going inside, isn't it? Yep. That's definitely going in there. I'm going to have a look at this one in here as well, because I quite like the... Yeah, that's too wide. That has to go in there. Alright, so you've seen me make an envelope. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go away and make an envelope for the front page, and then I'm going to come back and do a quick flip through. So I'll see you in a bit. Bye. I am back. So this is it done. What I've done is I've put the pocket in. I did quite an easy one. I used one of the cards with the girls' faces on. Put a gold strip on. I had some ribbons and stuff, and I put cogs, and these are handmade from I have a little dog, and when obviously I take out poo bags with me, and they're on a roll, and these are what they're on, and all I do is I just cut them off and put either leave them like that, put tape round them, wrap some string round them, or I put card circles on them. So don't throw your doggy's poo bags away. And all I did was I just put that there so I can take it out if I want. I can add to it, I can put it elsewhere. So that goes behind there. I did put a grommet in here, and I just put some of this eyelash, which I thought was quite apt because it's pinks and oranges. Oh, got them caught. And then we've got our little pocket here with our tags and banners in, and our big pocket here. We've got our envelope here, and I'm going to put this in because this has definitely stuck down now. And we'll put this one in here. And just slide that in there. and that in there. We put cogs on there just to give it a little steampunk look. We've got an envelope here, and again it's got tagging, journal card, space to write. Oh, can't get it out, that's because I was gripping it at the bottom. And just again, just a half circle just to hold it, and that goes in there. You can fit a lot more than that in there. You can put some more tags, journal cards. We have a tag envelope here, and this also has an envelope in it, but what we did was, it was to keep it the flap down, and then to keep that flap down we put some cogs. There's space there for whatever you want to do, photographs, and I put a little steampunk corner there. We've got our belly band that opens, and our tags. You can put anything in there, and that fastens with a Velcro fastener. And last of all, our envelope. Oh, and I'm going to put our tag in there. Excuse me. And this is a flap up, a flap pocket, and this just goes in there like that to keep that envelope down. And again, we decorated it with some bits and pieces. That's not wanting to stick. And here we have the other half of the little pocket. I don't have anything in there. I did have a tag, and I think I've put it in here. But again, that's got a flap there, and we've got a tag there. And this just fastens round. You can either put one way and the other way, but I've got them fastened like that, and I just took that down. Now if you wanted, you could put some dangles on there as well, but I just like the cogs. I also put a grommet in the back, and just hung some beads that I made a long time ago, but the colours that I liked. So I hope you get something out of this. Most of it is quite simple, making envelopes and making a file folio with recycled envelopes. So thank you, and